Well, we are here at Silverstone, the home of British Grand Prix racing. And look,
fast running.
Look at it. There's people flocking in. We've underestimated the size.
Still they come. And still they come.
The size of this event. I thought it was going to be a little small half marathon, but clearly there's a few more than we anticipated. I don't know if you can see that. Sean is making an appearance now on CWC. This is his. This is your training run for
Paris next week.
Paris. This is
and also my second time on the Silverstone course.
To the Paris Marathon.
I did this in 2006 or 7.
It's been going that long. It's a fairly dull start in terms of the weather. Hopefully it's going to brighten up. But this is hopefully a nice, well, let's say relaxed run. Hopefully not
Sighter.
Going to risk any more injuries. Still slightly injured, but hopefully let's give it a go and see what happens. But yeah, lots of people here. The atmosphere as we close in on Silverstone.
Nice bit of flag camping.
Well, that was Silverstone half. Okay, quite nice when the sun came out. Windy. I tell you, I don't think I've ever done a half marathon with so many twists and turns. Never really knew where you are, but look, that's where, I don't know if you read that, that's the iconic Silverstone sign. So, anyway, it wasn't a bad run. Somewhere around 127, probably about right. Tried to go out steady, just keep it at that pace. So, all in all, pretty good. Just got to wait for Sean now.
You're raising money for whatever reasons you are here on the tarmac today.
Right. We're back a few minutes now. There you go. It's a really interesting run. You're around the course. Now I came and watched the Grand Prix in the summer, and having run around this course now about 3 times, I couldn't work out where I was seated for that event. You can never really get my bearings. But anyway, you see plenty of the course. So, and here, this is what you get for completing the Silverstone half marathon.
Sean, Darren, and Thomas.
Not bad, really. Not bad. Plenty of water out on the course as well, so all things considered, hopefully the legs will feel okay. Bring on Paris next week, so expectations probably quite limited, but so far, enjoy today. There's still no sign of Sean.
Seeing our faces though.
Now, Sean has had a cheap entry because I gave him an entry. And look at this for a stash.
Quality.
Look at that, that is got his money's worth.
Good number of the beast.
Yes. And look at that, pride in that medal.
Kiss the badge, kiss the badge.
There you go. Good run?
Good run, very nice run. Nice and cool early on. Rather flat, a couple of false flats in there, bit of undulation. Very good space, not too many crowds, and sun for the last 5k. Very lovely.
What's not to like?
Not to like.
Roll on Paris?
Just a good sighter for Paris. I think I'm going to get halfway at Paris. That I can count on. The rest, it's in the lap of the gods. How about you, Chant?
Well, that's all right today. Steady-ish start. Tried to go slow for the first half. Actually, went steady for the first 10k. No, first 10 miles, and then picked up the last 3.
Picked up the last 3.
Eurostar about to board the 1701 to Paris. I'm here with John Hughes, seasoned marathon runner. How you feeling?
Banana.
How you feeling?
Okay, yeah, fine.
Okay. I'm here with Antonio Lamento, fueling up, ready for his
Tomo's Malteser chocolate cake. Very, very good.
Thank you. Well, we will see you. It's 5 to 11. The train was due in at 10:17. We have been sat here for about an hour, maybe an hour?
Not quite an hour yet, but coming up to an hour yet.
Yeah, there's problems. There's problems. John's got problems, he's tired. There's been an incident. A fatality at the Gare du Nord. We're going nowhere. We're going to be here for another hour. It's now 5 to 11. Time check. 2:06 in the morning. Didn't really envisage for a 6.5 hour
Did not envisage that.
Eurostar trip. All sorts of problems, but we are gradually sort of making our way here now. Look, Jono's just about staying awake, just about. Is it good race prep? Are we now tired enough? Good night's sleep? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? Now, we've made it. It's still the same day, but technically now it's about 12:30. But look, this is where we are. These are the queues to get in. You've got a load of paperwork and stuff to get through. But we have a little wait here for some time before we get into the expo. So look, check out the weather. We're in the expo. That's where you have to go and get your medical certificate to show that you've been approved by a doctor to say you can run, something they do in France. Here you've got the various, go and get your numbers. Red is the 3 hours, yellow 3:15 or 3:30, blue 3:30, purple 3:45, pink 4:30 over there. Of course, which one am I heading to? Well, when we entered, we must have been somewhere in between that 3 and 3:15. So we'll see if we can still do that. Right, number 4169. Let's get it.
Chant.
No, we're on the list. We're on the list. I think even John Cranage has made it on the list. No, unfortunately, John is not running today.
Hero of Switzerland, classic.
Unfortunately,
I'm not interested in
John is not here today. Injury has
I'm here.
taken him out of his marathon. Will he be back? Who knows?
I'm just going to take you very quickly through the route, which starting from the Arc de Triomphe, crossing Paris through Concorde, and the Opéra has been added on this year, across into Bastille, out to where our colleague and friend Luke is living, out through the Bois de Vincennes, where we loop round the wood, then heading back. Eventually we hit the quay alongside the river, along the river, all the way through and along past the Eiffel Tower, sweeping into the Bois de Boulogne and the Hippodrome, where the horse racing takes place, wiggling through what is a desolate space of barren trees in the west of Paris and the Bois de Boulogne, into finishing on the Avenue Foch, and that's the end of your 42k.
Let's get you in front of that. Wow. The Eiffel Tower, one of the landmarks of Paris Marathon. I think we see it around about mile 18, 19, something like that. Anyway, that's what you got to enjoy. Now we're on the very cosmopolitan area of France that we're staying. Me and John Oak, we've been to the expo, we've come back, and look, a traditional game of, is it Catan? Yeah. Boule, or Boule. Oh, look at that. This is when in France. That is what you can see. They're not too worried about the marathon. There you go. This is the streets of the suburb, some suburb of Paris, wherever we are. Good morning. It's early. The number's on. Breakfast is done. Not a lot more now to do this morning. Wasn't the best of night's sleep, but then again, I always, despite the fact I've done quite a few of these marathons, never sleep well the night before. Anyway, what can I do now? It's about trying to go out and enjoy it, have fun. I know that sounds a bit strange, but let's try and do that. The guys are up and have breakfast. We're just about to go and get the metro through to the baggage area, and then hopefully let's have a good run. So. that is the Paris Marathon done. I've just sat here. I've been back in for about, I don't know, half an hour now. Reasonable run for me, I'm quite happy. I sort of was in control most of the way. 2 toilet stops, you don't need to know that, but that probably cost me about a minute, but I wasn't particularly worried about the time. I think the time in the end was 3:06, but I didn't run with a watch, and there was not one clock all the way round at all, so I had no idea what the time was, so I just sort of ticked along. Actually, splits I think were okay, things considered, so sort of quite enjoyed it as well. Saw plenty of the sights. It is, I think, a good marathon to come and do. You certainly get to see plenty of the sights of Paris, and it's not massively well supported, so it's quite nice in many ways. You can run and there's plenty of space, so enjoyed it. So my recommendation, come do Paris one day. Here he is, he's made it back. Antonio Lamento, the highest climber on Strava each week. How was it for you?
It was exactly as expected.
You're not looking too bad, you look like you've enjoyed yourself.
That was a fantastic day out. It was a wonderful run, lovely people, lovely city, very well paced and stretched out. Obviously, we were all wondering how Chanty's got on. Did he hit the sub 3?
No, was never on. John's made it.
John's made it.
Oh, he's enjoyed that.
It was good until the last sort of 2-3 miles, and I got a bit cocky between 25 and 30. I was pushed a little bit, and then last 3 miles.
Oh, in the woods,
right at the very end.
In the woods.
In the woods.
Yeah.
Well done, chaps. We're on Eurostar. It's the Monday, the day after. Feeling quite refreshed. We're still in France on the French side. Jono is still here, celebrating his sprint finish.
Yeah.
You'd have to see the video to see that. Sean, who had given us the big message about how well he came in, his finish video perhaps portrayed a slightly different story. Would that be fair to say?
Fair to say that my experience of the reality was at some distance from the photographic evidence of the reality.
So we now look to our next European adventure. Is there going to be another one? Where is the favourite?
So there's a lot of options on the table. We are currently thinking. There's Paris. There's Berlin. Berlin is the final weekend of September. Paris, April the 3rd. Milan, April the 3rd. I think Vienna is April the 11th or 17th. But there's some good European marathons to look at.
Luxembourg, wasn't that sort of floated?
So we'll see if anything happens. Now, Jono, would like to see you again, or was this going to be your swan song in terms of marathon running?
I'd like to think there's possibly another one.
There's always more in the tank. There's always more than you think. So, from Chat with Chant, at this point, we say au revoir.